Sir, can we start?
Yes, so I hope
I have,
everyone is there. I see that in chat everyone says hi.
yeah,
Hi everyone. And I also see the participants. There are 21 participants. And I request everyone to go on mute uh, so that it can be clear to everybody. Um, okay, now it's clear. I think there is no noise. Hello everyone. I think I'm talking to KL University and CSE branch. Am I correct? Computer Science Engineering. Yes. Okay. Durga Prasad says yes. Okay. It's really excited. I I don't know how excited you all. I'm very much excited to talk to all of you. I hope my voice is very clear and without any background noise. Do you hear me properly? Am I clearly audible, or do you hear any noise from my side? Clear. Okay. All right. I see Samuel. Okay. Samuel says it's clear. All good. So before I get started, I really wanted to understand the crowd. I know everyone is from CSE. I know some people, I think maybe because of relative suggestions, or they thought, okay, it'll be happy days life, or someone else, they thought I can build some kind of Iron Man kind of a technology. So it's always a group of people with different mindsets, different kind of interests. Again, in the chat, you just ping me, are you really passionate about the technology which we are going to demonstrate? I mean, I will be demonstrating, but which you all will be listening to. It's on automation, on UiPath. Are you are like excited and interested listening about UiPath and automation development and all that? I just wanted to know the pulse. How is everyone tuned to this particular technology? Just ping in the chat like what you're thinking. Are you really interested, or just for the sake of attending the webinar are you attending? I just wanted to understand the pulse so that I get sense that how I should take this forward. I see yes from uh, Neeraja and Neeraja Samineni. Okay, interested. Okay, it's from Venkata Durga Prasad. How about the remaining crowd? Okay, I see Shivakumar is also saying interested. Good. Harika says, I wanted to learn something new about this UiPath, sir. All right. UiPath itself new. So definitely you will be interested in learning more after the class. I mean, I shouldn't call it as class, but yeah, after the seminar. I'm still interested to see the comments. Please take some efforts to type something like how you're thinking about this seminar. You all know that the title is Entrepreneurship on UiPath. So using UiPath. So that's about entrepreneurship and also UiPath. So are you guys interested to know something about this topic, this technology, this tool? Okay. Samuel says we are excited. Shaik. Okay. All right. I think with this, I got a lot of energy to talk on this technology. It's really good to see a lot of interested people attending this seminar. Shivakumar, yeah. All right, I'll close the chat for some time. We will get back to chat after maybe 30 minutes. So, guys, before I introduce myself, before I talk on this topic, I usually talk on topics, and also I usually mentor, train people in the organizations, in my current organization and where I worked previously. But this is the first time I'm talking to university people, I mean, college students. So that's why I'm excited. That's why I'm really interested to attend this, because I think Harshit was the only one following up with me about this seminar and the session. But I was also parallelly interested to join this. The reason why I'm saying interested to convey the emotion, and you will also understand the emotion why I'm really interested and how much interest I have in this. Mm, my wedding is there in next 2 weeks, so it's like a lot of work related to marriage. But still, I really wanted to attend this because this is my first seminar to college students, which will be very much useful, because I completely uh, agree and understand that this particular speech, with the experience which I have when I talk, it will definitely impact your decision making, your career paths, and you will get into a right career path. So that's the reason I really wanted to take this. Thanks for that wishes. I think it's from Hamant. Thanks, Hamant. Yeah, getting back to the topic. So we have just 2 hours. So what I'm thinking is, from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, it's 2 hours of talking or interaction in between. You make use of chat. I request Harshit to have an eye on chat. If there are any important questions, please park them. I'll take a small break in between 10 minutes, 20 minutes. At that time, you can mention about those questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And then we will continue with the seminar, because we just have 2 hours, and last 30 minutes I'm leaving it for audience to post all the questions. And even in between the session, you can post them. I request Arshit again, and other people, whoever is actually taking that ownership of being that host, make note of each and every question. I'll answer them in last 30 minutes.
Sure, sir.
All right. I'll actually start sharing my screen, and then let's get started. So I think I'll share the, the PPT which I have. Let me know if you are able to see the PPT. Is my presentation visible on everyone's screen, mobile screens, laptop screens, whichever you have? Is the screen visible?
It is visible, sir. It is visible.
All right. That's great. So as we know the topic, it's all about UiPath. It's a company name, and this company developed so many tools. We will talk about everything on a glance in a brief note. This company built a lot of tools on automation. This is also nowadays called as robotic process automation, robotic desktop automation, intelligent automation, hyper automation. So these are the technologies which are getting used in every company, every organization, in order to automate their work. I think after the COVID, they really understood the importance of virtual worker. In organizations, they are calling it as virtual worker. That's nothing but robot or some kind of a script which will do the work without human intervention, or which will help the human to speed up the task which they are performing. So this is all about this particular technology called automation in digital technology or digital world. And we will talk deep on UiPath little later. Initially, I would like to introduce myself. So as you see on screen, currently I'm working in JPMorgan under change mobilization. Uh, it's all about intelligent automation where I work. I work for Center of Excellence team, and my role there is associate vice president to take care of all Center of Excellence related governance, bot development, bot design, whatnot, everything about intelligent automation to change the way how the bank works. So that's about the current situation. But I will talk a little about my journey when I started, because you all should know how anyone will get started. No one gets the high position at the beginning. That's a real story and known story to everybody. So when I did my engineering, which is in Lindy Institute of Engineering and Technology, which is in Vijayanagaram in Andhra Pradesh. I think you all know the Vijayanagaram place. So there I started, and after my engineering, it's actually 2013. Then I joined a non-IT company, because that's what I got in campus. I was not able to clear any IT job. Still, no worries. whoever not able to clear jobs after the final year or after third year, whichever year you're getting campus, no worries. Even if you get a campus or non-IT, even if you get a campus in a small IT job, don't worry. It's just the beginning. Don't think too much about the beginning. You should think only about the learning at the beginning. Okay. All right. Having said that, so I started there in a non-IT company in 2013. I worked for one company and moved to another non-IT company. It was all about medical billing, healthcare industry. So I got an opportunity in Cognizant in 2014 after a lot of struggle, because we all studied computer science. Even I was a computer science graduate, studied computer science. We have a little passion with the computer, right? We wanted to develop something, do something with the computer, not going beyond the computer. So with the same passion, even I was thinking I should work on computer with technology, not related to using a software or something like that. It should be something related to technical technology and all that. With that passion, I was continuously trying, and I was able to crack Cognizant in 2014 end in December, and I joined Cognizant 2015. There my career started. I started with a small role where it belongs to IT service management. I was like a first level support guy. I was working on tickets. I was assisting users on remote desktops, and I was actually calling people and assisting with their technical issues. So it's all common story with anybody who starts just like a little. So it's happened with me as well. There I moved to another technology called Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration. And as you know, database administration is something about database technology. So I worked on that technology, but it was not an easy move. When you worked initially on a small role, you should parallelly study something else in order to get there. So I studied parallelly this Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, and then learned about it. And internally, I cleared the internal job posting. I moved to this particular role. And after move to this role, again I hear a lot about automation. This was around 2019. So 2019 is a period, I think there a lot of automation talks are going on in organization. So there I learned again about automation, specifically on UiPath. I learned UiPath parallelly while I was working in Cognizant on SQL Server Database Administration. I learned parallelly with the technology called UiPath, and then I moved my role to UiPath in 20, I think 2019 and 2020 on that, and 2020 May I shifted to Coca-Cola. So I moved to Coca-Cola company. There I completely worked on RPA, the robotic process automation in the Center of Excellence team, automated a lot of things, mentored a lot of people, trained a lot of people on the automation, how to create a bot, how to build a bot, and did a lot of transformation for Coca-Cola. And I joined JPMorgan 3 months ago in last year October, again in the intelligent automation team. It's again on UiPath technology. Here I'm responsible for mentor people, train people, build bots, give good solutions to bot designs. So it's all about intelligent automation and building bots using UiPath. And other than UiPath, as I said, I worked on, I have skill sets on database administration on SQL Server, and I have knowledge on IT service management, and I know how infrastructure team works, IT infrastructure team works. So this is all about my professional career. So I'll move a little into our topic. I hope there is nothing on my introduction, right? Do you have any questions posted? I see some chart. All right. I think it's all good. I'll get back to presentation. I hope my presentation is still visible. Ashit, am I still audible and is the screen visible?
Yes.
All right,
Yes, sir.
great. So this is the agenda for today. What I thought is, I hope this will be helping everyone to understand the track, the topic which we wanted to discuss. Today, my intention and everyone's agenda should be the same. We shouldn't think too much about completely understand about UiPath and the way how we can implement the technology. It's all about learn the basic things. Try to get those fingertip suggestions in this session so that after this session you can get started, because without this session you will have question how to get started. You will google it but you will not understand the path. So this seminar intention is to give you a clear path. how to get started, how to think on entrepreneurship. Do you have any examples to talk about? So we will talk all this. You will get a clarity. That's the intention and motto and the agenda. It's all same words, but yeah, that's our agenda for today, to understand the UiPath technology and how to think about entrepreneurship on this particular technology. All right. So having said that, I'll move to the first thing, the roots of automation. So I think RPA, RDA, it's been there in the organizations from very long time, maybe 10, 15 years. It's been there. RPA is nothing but robotic process automation. RDA is nothing but robotic desktop automation. So RPA is nothing but it does the automation. I mean, it does the task without human intervention. You just have to schedule it. It'll do the task or process, whatever. But I'll give you an example just to understand what is this task automation. Let's say you have you have a task of getting all the emails which are related to Amazon. In your Gmail, you're getting a lot of emails, but you wanted to see all the Amazon emails. So in order to see that manually, how do you do that? You actually you log in into Gmail, you log in into Gmail, and then you search for Amazon related emails. That's like 2 minutes task. You have to open the computer and log in into a Gmail and then search for respective emails. And in that Amazon emails, you wanted to look at all the Amazon emails which sent you some invoices. So you're looking for some invoices. You didn't remember what invoices, I mean, you didn't remember the invoice name, but you wanted to look at all the invoices which Amazon sent. When you wanted to do it manually, it's really mundane task. It's a boring task. You have to log in and you have to search because we have a technology in place to make use of. So what organizations do is they use robotic process automation. It's nothing but a technology where you create a bot, like automation script, which will automatically log in into the computer, which will log in into Gmail. I mean, it'll open the browser, it'll log in into Gmail, it'll search for respect to emails which you're looking for. It will take all the emails, invoices which you're looking for, and it will send you another email where you can simply open your mobile and look at those attachments. Or again, you can look at the same email to look at the attachment. This is just a simple task to make you understand what is the automation without human intervention. But if we have a big picture, then you'll understand the real impact of this automation. Coming to RDA, the remote desktop automation. Here the most example is it's about front office workers. Maybe the call center, you call Airtel call center, you call some DTH or some other call center, maybe for flight tickets. So whoever you call, what they have to do, they have to take some unique number from you, maybe mobile number, maybe some PNR code. With that, they have to log in into a system. They have to search with the PNR number. They have to retrieve all the details. When they have to do that in the call parallelly, it's really a tough job because you usually think that, yeah, what is there? Just to type the same PNR or whatever parallelly and look at the information. No, that is not so easy because their main task is to listen to you. They will not they shouldn't irritate you. They should ask you once and they should capture the information which you're giving. So that is really difficult to do that while interacting with the computer and talking to you. So in order to achieve that successfully, in order to give a good business impact, they look at these kind of automations like RDA, remote desktop automation. There, they create a bot, they create a script that you will execute on the computer, and the computer will do it for you. The script will do it for you. The agent will receive the call. They'll say, hi, my name is this, how may I assist you? And you will give the number and they just initiate the bot. The bot will ask for the number which user is supposed to enter in the application, that they will enter into the bot will log in into different systems. Don't think that it's just single system. No, they'll maintain a lot of applications, maybe 2 3 applications, in order to find the different kinds of information which you ask for. So the bot will open multiple applications which are required. It will pull up all the information with the unique ID which you provided. So a representative task is just to listen to you and give that unique number. Thereafter, information is available at the screen within seconds. Just think about the customer experience, how beautiful it is. So this is how the organizations make use of remote desktop automation. So these are there, but from last 2 to 3 years, there is a hype to automation, and the terminology is something called intelligent automation and hyper automation. What is intelligent automation? What is hyper automation? So talking about intelligent automation, it's again RPA, but you get AI into picture, machine learning into picture. So I'll just give an example to understand intelligent automation. Let's say organization is thinking about giving response to customer immediately. Let's not wait for agent to read through all the emails. It will be an automation where bot will read the email and it will understand the context and it will give a reply according to the same. How is it that possible? Usually with RPA, it's not possible. You can't code everything for the every situation which customer might face. That is only possible when you introduce artificial intelligence and machine learning to it. So that is called intelligent automation. It's not just rule based, it's not just condition based. You will go beyond that by making use of artificial intelligence components and machine learning components. So that is something called intelligent automation. And the other thing is hyper automation. This is something which is mostly used by a big MNC companies. Even our firm is using the same. Hyper automation is nothing but it's not just a technology where we use multiple tool set in order to make the automation very much rapid, to speed up the process. We should quickly identify the process, the right process for automation. We should automate. How can you identify a process rapidly? This is not possible easily. You need really important tools. We have tools from UiPath which will understand the backend, which will talk to logs of every application, every computer, how everyone is working on. They will identify the patterns. The tools identify the patterns. It will let the center of excellence team know that, see, the organization is working on so and so applications. We find a lot of patterns with these applications. Just see if this process is automate. It will give suggestions. Usually how organizations identify automations is they will create a kind of a program or event where they will call one by one department, finance, HR, and every other department, to understand what do you have process which is actually manual, repetitive, boring. We ask the questions and then we understand, okay, this might be a good use case to automate. But here, hyper automation is all about using tools to understand the right process. Because when you talk to the process agent, I mean the business analyst or the employee who's working in the process, it's really difficult to understand everything because they don't know technology. And you should understand technology in their terms. So there will be a little communication gap that is there. So because of that, instead of getting 100% of chances, 100% of opportunities, you might end up the conversation with 50%. You might end up the requirements gathering with 60%. You will not understand total requirements because even they are not sure how exactly to tell you in order to code the same. But these tools with hyper automation will tell you what is the exact pattern which is happening in order to automate the complete possible automation, complete possible use case. Having said that, I'll just pause here. I wanted to take some questions on basics. I see someone is talking about voice. Is my voice clear, Harshit? I don't know if I'm breaking in between. Just let me know if I'm breaking in between.
It's clear. The voice is clear.
All right, good. Maybe I think I see Lokesh Gupta saying that. Maybe Lokesh, your internet is a little slow. I'm so sorry for that. Just see if your internet is strong enough to receive all the presentation and audio. Is it clear now? Okay, good. All right. I would like to hear some questions around the roots which we are talking about. the robotic process automation, robotic desktop automation, intelligent automation, hyper automation. These are the words. These are the profiles. Different profiles on these technologies are actually the need for all the organizations. So I know it's really difficult to understand the enterprise at this time, since you're at which year I'm talking to? Is that second year or third year?
Both second years and third years, sir.
All right, it's great. I think third year people can relate a little because, okay, all right, I understand. Now, I wanted to hear some basic questions. What do you think? Like, what questions you get in your brain when you think about automation? As I mentioned, these terms like RPA, RDA, intelligent automation, and hyper automation. What questions you get? Just ask those silly questions. Let's understand the reality behind, because as I practically work on everything in the automation area, I might be able to answer your question. So let's see if you have any silly questions or any other questions which you have on the roots, what you're thinking about automation. I hope the participants are mute, is it, Harshit? Is everybody on mute?
Yeah, everybody is on mute.
All right, I think that's better because we will get rid of all the noises, so that's better.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I see one question from Kumar, Ajay Kumar. He's saying how to get right training on the tool. Don't worry, that's in the list. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the learning place. You will listen to that from me very soon. Right now, I'm interested to listen to some questions which are something very silly about automation. What do you think, or what questions you have on automations, uh, assumptions? So there is a question from uh, Ramavajulla Girija. Okay, Girija, I think asking a question. There are many tools for RPA. Which one to choose and how to choose? That's a good question. That's really a good question. Okay. So for this question, I would like to answer um, in, in a practical way. I'll not talk about tools now. I'll just show you some practical graph which will tell you what is the right tool to pick. I know the information is available at fingertips. You all know like what is there to learn and all that, but definitely I'll mention that. And uh, Yashashwini is asking, can we say that automation may become a great use in the next couple of years? Of course, it's already in use. It's already in use. Every firm, every organization, every industry is talking about automation. Right now, if I have to tell you the reality, there are good openings on automation. Every organization is looking for automation experts and also juniors who are just getting started. So it's all about never give up attitude. You definitely have opportunities. That's for sure. I wanted to show the Gartner Graph. Who is Gartner? Is like a institute, a big institute in the world, who will talk about the best tools, best technologies on the respective things. In software industry, if you have to see a good strategy or good report on any kind of technology, just look at Gartner, what he's saying. He will talk about all the uh, good technologies, which one to pick up, which one will be good enough in the future, and all that. So always believe in that. You can simply go with that particular chart. So I have that in my screen. Let me show that to you. Maybe that will help you to understand better. So I will show you the Gartner's magic quadrant, which he always prepares for. Okay, what is this? One second. I'm just pulling out that particular graph. Um, there are two, but I'll take both of them. I think both of them will help you to understand them. See, I'm not picking up anything from anywhere. I'm just making use of the public information which is available to everyone. So let's see this, okay? To get a confidence and to get interest to understand this, because when you know that this is really helpful for our future, you definitely get a lot of interest, right? So let's get there. I'm going to show you something official. I stopped sharing and I'll present it again. I'll present it again with the results which I see. This is really important, guys. I'm not showing something just to boost your energy. I'm showing something which is really happening and which is really gives a lot of motivation to everybody to get started with this. Let me know once you can see my screen. Confirm me once you can see my screen. Can you see UiPath website on my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So people look at this. What do you think about it? This is a magic quadrant prepared by Gartner. As I said, he is the best institute in the world to say that these are the top technologies, these are the top tools, these are the top programming languages. He will talk about every industry. Coming to robotic process automation, the automation industry, this is the map. These are the leaders who are leading the enterprise world. As you see, UiPath is standing on the top. So you're on the right path. You are going to listen to something which is standing on top, helping enterprise companies. And next, followed by Automation Anywhere. That doesn't mean you should learn only UiPath. You should also learn Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, Microsoft Win Automation, or Power Automate. There are multiple tools, but these are the leaders. If you want to explore anything else, maybe once you join any enterprise, they might use some other tool. You might have to learn some other tool, but it's same technique. When you know one programming language in depth, you can easily learn other programming language. So that's why most of the professors suggest, I mean your college professors or my college professors, everyone's college professors suggest learn one programming knowledge. I mean get one programming knowledge or programming language completely in depth, so that it will make your life very easy to learn other programming language. Because don't think that organizations use only the best language. No, whatever best fit for their budget, for their product, based on that they will make use of the programming language. So just remember that. Don't stick to one tool, one programming language. Learn everything possible based on your availability and the time, based on the efforts which you can put. But having said that, this is the top tool. UiPath tools are leading the automation industry, followed by Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, Microsoft tools. We have WorkFusion, Pegasystem, Appian, Service, Trace, IBM tool, SAP, Ninetex. There are multiple other tools. And guys, this is the latest results. Okay, this is 2021. This is the latest results, and I'm going to show you something from some other institute. This is also worldwide institute. I think this is related to 2020, but still you can see the same. UiPath standing on top, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. So UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, they are like top leaders. And as I said, if you're joining any organization, if they are using some other tool based on their budget and their products and all that, again, you have to learn that. But as I said, the basic is learn one particular tool. It's always recommended to learn top tools so that you get multiple opportunities to work in multiple companies. I mean, multiple opportunities, multiple from multiple companies, but yeah, you will be working in one particular organization. But yeah, you will get multiple opportunities if you learn all top tools. So that's about the basic idea on how this market is and how this particular technology is standing in the world. Again, I'll be back to the PPT, and as I don't see any questions from the chat, Harshit, am I good to move forward?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so I'll just move forward now. So, as we talked about roots, this is about automation, guys. This is about RPA, RDA, intelligent automation, hyper automation. They are leading the industry. Industry really need them because they need virtual workforce to work on all the mundane, repetitive, and boring tasks, so that employee time can be freed up in order to focus on some other creative work to increase the revenue of the company. Again, I want to clear another myth here. Automation is not to cut off any jobs. Automation is all about removing human from the mundane work, from the repetitive work, from the boring work, and make use of the real brain of human in order to work on some business related strategies, work which will improve the revenue, also business. So that's about automation. Nothing to think about any other negative things. It's all about improving human efforts in a right way to skill them on right technologies in order to improve the revenue and also business. So that's all about automation. Don't think another way. So you should learn automation because that's the requirement. That's the need of business. That's the need of enterprise. And we are back to our tool, the one which we want to talk about, UiPath. So UiPath, as I said, it's a company which created already a lot of products and they are continuously improving. They are continuously adding a lot of other products to take care of entire life cycle of automation, building robots. As I told you already, this is a company which is completely supporting hyper automation. What is the hyper automation? I'll just repeat. Hyper automation is all about speeding up the entire automation journey, especially speeding up identifying the process. So there is a phase where we identify process from different departments, like what is boring task, what is mundane task, what are the repetitive tasks which they're working on, in order to free them up from those kind of tasks. So that phase is very difficult. We have to communicate with all the respective department people, understand all the processes. This is a difficult process to understand things because there will be communication gap, and also you will not understand things completely. You will not get a complete picture. So that is why this phase is always a lazy phase. This phase is always a late phase. But here, UiPath provided a lot of tools which will help any firm, any organization to speed up this phase. They will be easily identify processes once they set up these tools. So I'm actually talking about the discovery phase, the one which you see on the left hand side on top. As you see, there is a task mining tool, process mining tool, task capture. Automation Hub is a portal where you log every automation idea in order to understand what kinds of ideas which we are getting from employees and what all we are automating. That's like a repository of all automations. But coming to the rapidly increasing the speed of processing, I mean identifying the processes, that is possible with task mining and process mining. So what are these tools? What they do? They are completely AI based tools, artificial intelligence tools. They talk to the digital systems because if you understand, every tool generates a digital log, right? So every tool will have a log at what time, what task it's performing. Maybe the human is updating some values in a software. The software in the backend, it will generate a log where it will write that at this time, this particular transaction happened. So these tools will talk to those kind of logs and understands what kinds of activities are happening on what kind of applications, because every application will have its own log. So that's the major task of these tools. So that's how we'll quickly identify processes, quickly identify patterns. Okay, what pattern is regularly happening in the entire organizations, so that we can automate the same in order to get rid of those manual tasks. Okay, that's about the discovery phase and the tools which UiPath is providing, in the as part of this hyper automation journey. Build, as you know, when you wanted to build, when you wanted to write a code, we have studios, right? For maybe VB.NET, we have a Visual Studio. I think any code, any programming language, you can make use of Visual Studio. So we call it as integrated development environment. So here also we have integrated development environment. It's almost similar to software development, guys. We call it as robot. Robot is nothing but a software which is coded in order to automate something. It's not to give a leverage of adding data to database or maintaining something. No, it's all about automating. That's the software which you're creating, which will do the task without human intervention, or which will do the task. I'm talking about attended robots, robotic desktop automation, which will do the automation with human assistance. So that's about the kind of tool which you develop, kind of automation you develop, but that is possible on integrated development environment called Studio. There is a Studio family because UiPath is providing Studio for all RPA developers. If you wanted to do the automation testing, you heard about Celonis. There is a tool Celonis which will do automation testing. But UiPath is providing its own tool, UiPath Studio Pro, which will do the testing automation. You don't need to manually do testing. You can automate the testing as well. And you do have a Studio X tool, which will talk about a low code platform where you don't need to code anything. It's just drag and drop and get the automation done simply. I'll give the demo on the same so that you guys will get a lot of interest to get started there. And now coming to other bit, it's document understanding. It's all about reading documents because, as you know, the firm is always look at a lot of different PDFs, invoices, and all that. Humans has to read them and understand and process them as per the process. But that is again a manual task. Bot can read it with using this document understanding. And there is marketplace from UiPath where you don't need to think about everything from scratch. There is a community. They will develop some tools. They will develop some components. You can make use of the same. You can reuse them and you can speed up your development. This is something called marketplace from UiPath where you can find. This is about build, guys, where you build things, where you build robots by making use of the existing things, or whether you want to read documents, you have technology in place. And building something for automation, you have a tools which are drag and drop. But if it's something related to a complex process, then you have UiPath Studio. If it's something related to testing automation, you have Studio Pro. If you want to build something without any programming knowledge, you have Studio X from UiPath, which is very simple. Just drag and drop, use drop downs to pick up everything. You no need to think about variables, arguments. You no need to think about invoking something, inhering something, or calling something, passing something. No, nothing. It's just simple. Drag and drop, even the variables available at your fingertips, just use drag and drop and do the job with an easy way. So that's about Studio X. I'll talk about the same in a couple of minutes. And yes, you build robots, but how about maintaining them? Because when years are passing, the robots are like big numbers. You can't look at each and every robot health because you wanted to know how many times robot runs successfully. Robot is nothing but scripts, guys. Automatically it will run, whether it is RPA, RDA, or intelligent automation, whatever. It's all about robot, which will run without human intervention, or it will take human assistance to complete the task quickly. Whatever robot it is, it will run, and it will be running for years. You have to monitor their health. You have to understand whether is it ran as per the time, as per the schedule. So that maintenance, that management is possible with respect to tools. Again, UiPath is providing orchestrator. It's like a web portal, the cloud portal, where you can understand, is my robot one ran at 9 a.m. today? Is my robot ran at 8 p.m. today? That you can monitor from orchestrator. All right. You can also look at how many robots I have in the organization right now, how many attended, how many unattended. At unattended is nothing but a robot which runs without human intervention. It only logs in into the computer. It only performs all the tasks. It will send you the output. Nothing to worry about. But it will come with its own cost. But coming to attended automations, as I said, it will take human assistance and it will perform the automation. So yeah, I will not give more information, guys. I'll talk about high level picture so that you get a clarity of where to start, where to go, where to take turn, and all that. All right. So orchestrator is all about maintaining your robots, understand how many robots are there, how many running successfully, how many failing, and all that at a high level. All right. And coming to the other bits, test manager, AI fabric, insights. AI fabric is nothing but AI center now, which they renamed the product. But AI center is all about, as I told, I was talking about AI and ML, right? So UiPath is providing their AI components, ML components from AI Center. That's a platform from where you can pick up and embed the same into your code and make your robot as intelligent robot. That's about AI Fabric. Now it's called as AI Center. And coming to test manager, it's something related to testing. Even you build robots on testing, right? When you wanted to monitor the health and all that, again, test manager will help all that. All right, and I'll move forward. Insights is again robot performance related insights. So because every robot is actually performing some department process, right? Every process will have its own KPIs. How do you monitor KPIs? That is possible while you code KPIs also in order to monitor the same from insights. It's a portal which will talk about all KPIs, how much KPI we met, 90%, 98%, 100%, 80%, on which KPI we should look more, because the bot will give all the performance. Maybe bot is not working properly. We will understand, okay, this KPI is not running successfully with bot. Maybe we might have to add some change to it in order to make it a successful run. So to understand the robot health completely, insights is here. That's from manage. So you discovered the process, you build the robot, you managed it well. But if you have a process where you have to talk to the robot in a other way, maybe you have to take some action, you have to approve some task, then only robot will resume on the work. How is that possible? It's with Action Center. There are chatbots also, you can make use of them. There is assistant which will make your job easy when it comes to attended bot. You don't need to go to some other tool. It's just a taskbar where you get a pop-up. Just click on the pop-up and run your respective bot from UiPath Assistant. UiPath apps is something, let's say you wanted to trigger a robot from your mobile. How do you do that? Or you wanted to give some input from your mobile and then trigger the robot with that input. As I said, let's talk about that other use case, customer representative use case, where you customer representative have to give the input as unique number in order to start the robot, because robot need that input. Maybe we have some other use case. Let's talk about maybe some other use case. Let's talk about your your yeah, let's talk about some sim related network provider related tasks. You're calling Airtel, right? Sometimes you'll talk in chatbot. Maybe in the chatbot they have a robots in the background who are working. You're asking for current month bill. When you're asking for current month bill, robot gets the registered mobile number and it will go to the respective portal, download that thing, and give you in the chat, in the chatbot where you're talking. So that way you can make use of robot. You're in a manufacturing factory. You're in a manufacturing factory, and there user is supposed to update something in the system, but the particular employee is actually standing at the machinery. He has to walk and go to system, log in into the system, and give those inputs, update the system. And I talk about system, you have different ERP system, enterprise resource planning systems like SAP. There are multiple from Microsoft Dynamics. So you have to log into the system, update the data into the respective systems. That is really difficult, right? It's a difficult task. Maybe there you can use a mobile app which you can create with UiPath apps, and they enter the input whatever they wanted to update. Once they click on submit, upon that clicking on submit button, robot will be triggered in the back end. That robot will log in into your SAP, enter all the details which you entered in the mobile app. You don't need to walk into the system. You don't need to log into the system. You don't need to log in into SAP. You don't need to go through all the screens where you have to update the data. See how simple it is. Making use of this apps and entire hybrid platform which you're getting from UiPath. So that's about engage. So this is about the products which UiPath is providing, guys. I just pause here to understand Any questions on UiPath? And before I get to chart, I wanted to talk about roles which you have in automation area. So COE leads is nothing but they are the leads who actually govern, and also they take care of all the projects, the project management of all automations. RPA and citizen developers. It's nothing but RPA developers and citizen developers. So here I take a role of COE role in JPMorgan, but I work as RPA developer as well, the senior developer of RPA. I work as a governance lead and all that. I come with all the responsibilities as I'm standing with a big designation, but that's the point. As a COE member, I'm responsible for bot development, bot design, and all that. But yeah, on a glance, the usual roles, the general roles which actually comes into picture when we talk about automation is COE member, COE lead, RPA developer or citizen developer. Citizen developer is nothing but a business person, but they're having a lot of interest in automation. They can convert themselves to developer. That role is called citizen developer. IT operations, who are the guys who will actually help us to set up all the systems, because I was talking about unattended robot, right? When it comes to unattended robot, the robot is supposed to run in a dedicated system. Who will allocate the system? Who will set up the system properly for robot? That's done by IT operations. Let's say our robots are running and there is a system crash. Who will take care of it? That's done by IT operations team. They belong to IT infrastructure. And automation users, who are the automation users? Are users who are actually doing the boring tasks, as we were talking about the history, right, where users do some boring tasks. So those users will get rid of those tasks and they'll make use of these bots. So they are the automation users. And process analysts, they are the one who will actually talk more about the process. They are the like SMEs of every process. They are the experts on the process. They know everything about process. In order to let our COE team know, let the COE team know about how to automate and what all supposed to be automated and how to do the testing once the bot is ready. So the process analyst will take care in the automation journey. So you have development roles, you have business analyst roles, you have some IT operations related roles. You can also get into support roles. So there are multiple roles, guys. So here is the learning bit which I wanted to talk about, but I'll pause here. As I said, I'll stop sharing. We will talk about learning maybe in a couple of minutes. I would like to know the pulse from everybody. How are we and how is everyone? Like, how do you think about UiPath now? Do you have any questions about UiPath? So just wanted to understand. Later we will understand about other
So
bit.
there is a question regarding the cost of the UiPath tool, whether it is free or we have to pay to get it.
Good question. Good question, guys. I'll talk about it. We are on that slide. So I'll definitely talk about the learning bit, how you can get started and all that. And to tell you good news, it's all free, guys. They are encouraging everyone to learn it for free. You can learn everything for free. Only the certification charges. You have to pay something, but before you hit the certification, you can get everything related to automation for free. It's all available in the internet. Somebody is asking the difference between Automation Anywhere and UiPath. They both are automation tools. Automation Anywhere is also a leader tool, as you saw in the report from two big institutes. And UiPath is also automation tool. It all depends on which one you wanted to pick. You go through Automation Anywhere portal. They also have free portal where you can learn about tool. You learn the basics. You learn basics of UiPath and any other tool which you're thinking about, and see which one is easy to pick up. Based on that, you pick up, because our motto is to pick up something and learn in depth of it. I mean, learning something completely is not at all possible anytime. Even I have something to learn at this time. So it's a continuous journey, guys. So you will not learn anything completely, but learn till the time you get confidence to work on. So that's about that bit. You learn the basics of Automation Anywhere, UiPath, you have portals. Okay, when you go to Google and try to type Automation Anywhere learning portal, you will see a portal. Similarly for UiPath, I mentioned all of them, but still, if you go to Google, you type it, you get it. So, which is most popular in them? Automation Anywhere, UiPath. I think I answered this question already. As you already saw, I don't need to talk about it because I'm just employee in JPMorgan. But you listen to the experts of the industry, IT industry, which I already showed you from the top people, the organizations, the institutes who actually conducts a lot of surveys. They clearly told the leaders and the other sector, I mean other places of tools, leaders and runners and all that. You saw that, right? So the leaders are UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. They comes one by one. You pick up any, but guys, understand the reality. As I said, pick up any tool as per your interest. Just try to understand the basics of these tools and see which is easy. Pick that up, and which gives a lot of information to you. Which learning portal is very good to learn things, which is providing good tools with free of cost. Based on all the criteria, you pick up one and then learn the tool. That's my recommendation. I'll not recommend anything. I already told you the graphs, which is leading. But the reality, as I told you, once you join any organization, it depends, guys. You can't think about one tool. Right now, I joined with expertise with UiPath. Maybe the firm might think some other tool is fit for them based on the budget and all that and their requirement. So I might have to learn something else. It's my responsibility. It's same to with anybody who is joining any company. So that's the reality. The only motto which we should uh, put in our perspective is learn something which is leading or which you might get interest in. Learn until you get full confidence so that you can learn other things when there is a requirement. So that's about my suggestion. But you know, you already saw the graphs. You know what is best. So go through the portals, understand them better in a brief way, and then you get started. But as I said, you already saw UiPath is the leader in every way. It's not just providing enterprise; it's also providing good material to all the community people. I mean, people like you, students, or even employees who want to learn. There is good learning material, and the same is available for every other company, other automation tools. But UiPath is also providing, and it's standing as leader because of the quality and the kind of material, the kind of tools they provide, and all that for free of cost. All right. I think having said that, I'll just take some 3 minutes pause, guys. You take a break, or if you have any questions, just post them in. I'll just take some 3 to 5 minutes break. I'll be back. You also take that 5 minutes break. Let's be back and let's talk about the learning portals where you can get started and all that. And later there is an interesting session, guys. We have bot in action. You will see how to build a bot. You will also see bot running and doing things. I'll not touch my keyboard. Okay. You will see bot doing tasks for me. But that will be just a simple task, but you'll understand how bot can work, right? All right. Let's take some 5 minutes break. We'll be back within 5 minutes, maybe at 7:05. Sorry, 8:05. It's already 8 o'clock. So Harshit, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I hope anything to be addressed before I take a pause.
Nothing, I guess we didn't get any
All
more
right.
questions.
All right. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Come back soon within 5 minutes. By 8:05, we will get started with the learning material where you can find all of them, and also bot in action, guys. Very interesting session, which I'm really excited to show you all how you can automate things, how you can create bots. You'll really feel excited when you look at that because that's really interesting area. And later we will talk about the entrepreneurship, how and all that, but you will not understand all of that right now, so I'll try to give an example how people are turning their work into entrepreneurship. Okay, so I'll pause it here. Let's be back in 5 minutes. All right, I'm back, guys. I hope everyone is back. So, as I understand, a lot of hostelers are here. So, I also understand that you guys have to catch your dinner. So, definitely, we'll finish the session by 8:45, and we will leave it for last 15 minutes for questions. Maybe that might help everyone to catch your dinner. So, without any further ado, in the interest of time, I'll just resume the session. Harshit, am I good to go or shall I wait for one more minute? We have Ashish also as host. So, Ashish, am I good to go or should I wait for a minute? So, is everyone there? So, I would ask every participant, guys, are you here? So, I get it from Shivakumar. Continue. Okay, yes. All right, I see a lot of yes. So that I consider as everyone is here. I can continue and I'm audible, I'm visible, you can see me and you can hear me. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so Harshit is here. All right, Harshit, so I'll just resume it. And I told the participants that I'll be closing everything by 8:45 and 15 minutes for the questions. But yeah, that's about it. So I'll just quickly get started. I'll share my screen again. So this time I'll share my screen, the entire screen. Let me know once you can see it. Can you guys see my screen? Is my screen visible, guys?
It is visible, sir.
All right. So as you see on screen, I'm talking about the learning area for UiPath. There are two. One is academy.uipath.com, where it will give you a lot of courses to learn. So you can learn the concept, you can learn the theory with practicals. And also there is a forum, which is like a community forum where you can ask any question and get answers. You will have all questions, multiple questions, where you can see answers to every question. So most possibly you will see every question with answer. Whichever question you get while you get started with UiPath, you will find an answer in the forum. So you have very good portals. I'll be back to Google. Can you all see the Google on screen? I hope everyone can see, right? Harshit, confirm me if you can see the Chrome on screen.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as you see, if you Google it, UiPath, the first one is Academy. You just have to sign up for the first time, and then you will get to see all the courses. So you can, I already signed up, so I'll quickly sign in. So you will see a lot of courses. So you can learn any bit. And the good part here is they didn't just uploaded all the courses, they uploaded courses based on the roles. So as I was talking about different roles, you can think about which role you're interested in. So some roles you might be not preferable because solution architect or other courses are not recommended because you should gain some industry experience before you get started. So there are some courses for RPA developer. So there is RPA starter course. Just get started with that, and then if you expand, you'll see all the lessons. You just have to start it. There is no fee for it. It's all free. It's all free. So there are different kinds of roles and their particular learnings. If you look at citizen development, there are multiple courses inside that particular role. There are courses. You just have to start it. There is no fee. It's all free. That's about academy, guys. And I was talking about forum, right? This is about forum. So the PPT will be shared with Harshit. Okay, I'll just email Harshit with the PPT so that you can find all the details in that, the basic details. And this is a forum, guys, where you can identify any question answer. Let me search for one question so that you will understand how this is really helpful. Okay, so this is the search. I wanted to understand something related to Studio X. So if I click on Studio X, there are a lot of questions. So these are the questions and they are answered as well. Let me simply search how to use something which is there in Studio X. Let's say how to use Studio X. So there are something, you see that, right? Studio X using wrong date. So there are some questions and answers. So you have intelligence as well, which will help you to figure out the right question which you're looking for. So this is a very best user interaction tool, and there is a good community which will answer your question. If you don't find your question, put your question, they'll answer you. So these are the best things which you can find for learning, and that's about learning, guys. Let's look at bot in action. Is everyone ready? I want to hear it from our audience. Is everyone ready to see a bot in action? Ready? From Ajay Kumar, Shivkumar, Sheikh, Harika, Venkatadurga Prasad, Ganesh. All right. I see a lot of yes. Kavya, Lokesh Gupta, Samuel, Akila, Shivani, Sai Shivani. All right. I'll take this as a big yes. And yes, let's get into bot. I hope my entire screen is visible. I will search for UiPath, which I already installed, guys. But you can install it for free. Just go through with the UiPath portal. And that too, you don't need to worry about how to install UiPath and all that. First, get started with UiPath course, which I suggested. Let me go back to UiPath Academy. I'll show you this again. First, get started with RPA Starter. Guys, this is the right course, RPA Starter. Log in into UiPath. First, sign up, log in into UiPath Academy. Get into this tab, Learning by Role. Get into RPA Starter. First, complete this. This will teach you how to install UiPath tool, how to get started, how to navigate, how to learn more. This is the first thing, first place to get started. RPA Starter. Okay, that's about this. Let me show you bot in action. Now let's see the bot in action. So before I get started, I just open UiPath. I see the tool. As I said, this is having multiple tools within the studio. I'm changing the profile to Studio X, which is a very user tool, low code platform. You don't need to think about code much. It's all about logical building. You just have to think about logic. No need to worry about syntax. No need to worry about programming. It's all so easy. Before I get started, I wanted to explain the use case. What is our use case? Before we talk about use case, I think let me create one process. How do we create a process? Simple thing. Go to the right side panel as you see on screen, guys. There is a new project section. Go to this blank task, click on that. And here I wanted to create a bot, which is bot in bot in action for Yale University. All right. And this is the path wherever you want to do, you can create there. It's all about like how you create a project in Visual Studio. It's same. So it's all about customizing your own way as per the requirement. Yeah, go with the blank task option. Demo for KL University CSE. All right, let's create one. The blank task is ready. So what are we automating now? I have a requirement, guys. Let me talk about the requirement. The requirement is very simple. The requirement is I wanted a report which gets information about the temperature. Let me go back to Google. Let me show you Google. So when you type India, or guys, let's not talk about temperature. Let's take time, okay? India time now. If you type this, what you will get? The current time. Similarly, if you wanted to know the current time of multiple countries, it's manually some mundane task, right? You have to type US time now. Copy this, paste it into Excel. Let me take one Excel just to show you how mundane it is. I wanted the, the time for US, India, UK, Canada, and UAE, and maybe Italy, maybe Australia, maybe New Zealand. Spelling, but New Zealand. Let's correct it later. So maybe some other country name. Um, let's look at Bali. Not country, but just a place. Let's look at the time. And Sri Lanka. These are the country names, guys. I want a time. How do you manually do it? So you go to Google, you type US time now, and you copy the time. So you go here and you paste it here. And India. So India time now. You copy this and you paste it. Next, UK time now. You wanted to get the time of UK. UK time now. Copy the time and paste it here. Now you want Canada. Canada time now. And we got the time. I hope I'm still audible, guys, and my screen is visible. Correct me if nothing, I mean, if you have any issues. Harshit, is everything fine? I'm finding UAE time. And look at chart. Maybe I'm not hearing Harshit now. I look at chart. So is everything fine, guys? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything clear? Are any questions? Any doubts? Yes. I know you all feeling hungry. Just bear with me for next 30 minutes. It's really exciting. It's really exciting to learn this and see this bot in action. Okay. So be with me for next 30 minutes. You can go for your dinner. Don't worry. All right. All right, guys. So we are looking at Italy. Let me go back to all. We are looking at Italy time now. It says Italy time now. So we are getting Italy spelling. Italy spelling wrong. Let me correct it. Okay. So Italy time now, we got it. So similarly, guys, I have to search for everything. I hope you got me. You got the use case. So the use case is all about preparing a report. Yeah. Am I clear, guys? Did you understand the use case? What you have to automate? I'm looking at the chart now as I don't hear from Harshit. So as I see, guys, do you understand the use case which we wanted to automate? All right, I hear it from Ganesh. Yes. I hear it from Lokesh Gupta. Yes. All right, I take it as yes from everybody. All right, and that's about the task. Shiv Kumar says yes. Good. So that's about the task. We wanted to prepare a time report for 10 countries. All right. I think everyone is excited. So this is how we do it manually, but you already saw how mundane it is, right? Let's automate this, guys. Let's not do this at all. How do you automate? So we are on the design panel. Guys, at high level, I'll talk about the tool. So if you look at this, this is the Studio X tool where we just drag and drop from the left-hand side. You have activities here. All right. You have activities here, all activities. So you make use of the same and then you create automation here. That's about it. So initially what we wanted to do, we wanted to open a browser. How do you open a browser? Let's drag and drop this activity called use application browser. Application or browser. Application is nothing but desktop application. Browser is nothing but web application. What do you have to do? You don't need to code anything. Just indicate the screen. What screen we wanted to open? We wanted to open Google. Let's open Google. Let's indicate the screen. I opened Google. I clicked on indicate application to automate. I clicked on it and I'm indicating Google. Do you see it? It's asking me to install extension. Let's install it, guys. There is an extension which is coming from UiPath. You have to install it. So it's asking me to close the Chrome browser. So I might get out of this session. Let's not do that, guys. Cancel it. Okay, let's not do that. So what I will do is, instead of Chrome, I will take Internet Explorer. Let me take Internet Explorer. Or Microsoft Edge. I think Internet Explorer is already decommissioned from Microsoft. Let's take Edge. So I'm opening the Google from Edge browser. So I open Google. The Google is here. And what I'm doing, again, back to the activity, I'm indicating the screen. So when I indicated, it asked me to install. I'm installing the plugin. And to continue installing the same, it's asking me to close the browser. I clicked on OK. And its browser processes are still running. And it's going to close it. It only closed it. And installation failed for some reason. Crazy. Internet Explorer is not there. Let me install it from Edge. So I'm turning on the extension of UiPath. Okay, there is an error. Let me look at this, guys. So what I'll do is I'll quickly join in from my Edge in order to do it from Chrome, because it's always recommended to do it from Chrome. So let me join this webinar from Chrome. Sorry, from Edge. I'll just drop it from here in order to continue the installation. I'll join it from Edge. Okay. Initially, I'll indicate the screen as you see it. I'll just cancel it for now because it's not on the right screen. Let me click on F2, which will stop the process of capturing. Let me open Google. Google is here on the screen from Chrome. I indicated the screen. I'm installing. Guys, I'll be getting out of the session, but I'll join quickly. I'm back, guys. Sorry, there is a delay from my side. Can you all can hear me and see me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. We can see you.
All right, all right. I see attendees are 92. Is that real number? It's really exciting. Great, guys. All right, guys. As I said, we will just close the session in next 15 minutes. But what happened is, I think there is some issue on the browser. So let's not look at the browser related applications right now because it will take some 30 minutes to fix the issue. So I don't want to waste anyone's time. So what I thought is immediately I changed my mind to do some kind of automation with calculator. Just wanted to show you how it is actually possible to automate. Or maybe we can make use of one thing which is Excel. So we can do that, but yeah, let's get started with some kind of automation to see bot in action. So let me take calculator because that is so easy, right? To see a desktop application in action. So let me open calculator. So let me indicate, is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
All right, I'm opening the project which we just created, which is bot in action for KL University. So what is our use case? We are going to type something and get a result from calculator. All right, and just see that because that is possible to finish within next 5 minutes. So again, the same activity, guys. Use application or browser. This time we are going to capture the desktop application. I just have to click on this indicate automation, indicate application automation. Do you see on screen? It's highlighted the green color on calculator. So I just click on it. It'll capture the application and it'll identify what is the application. Okay. And now if I wanted to type in something, let's do one thing. I'll just do a simple automation where I wanted to see what is 1000 or 10,000 into 5. I'm just giving a demo, guys, so don't worry about the numbers, which are very easy, so that we can also validate by ourselves uh, without thinking on to calculate the same from our end. So let me do that. So what I'll do, I just have to type in something. There are activities, guys, for everything. There is a type into activity. What we do is we type into, but if you look at the application here, we are not typing. We are clicking on buttons which are there. So this is not the right activity, guys. So we have a click activity as well. So let's click on that. And where am I using that activity? That is inside the container of that particular window of the calculator. Again, indicate the app. So what we are thinking of? We are thinking of 1000, right? So first we want to click on 1. Okay, that we did. Let's confirm. So it's confirmed. After what we wanted to do, again take one more click activity. And as you all know, the task is nothing but clicking somewhere, typing into somewhere, navigating to somewhere. So it's all about that, right? So we are doing the same kind of actions on a different application. That's all. I'm clicking on 0. So I clicked on 0. I confirmed. So this is all just to give an idea. You can easily explore with the free tools and the portal which is there to learn more. So explore through all of them. So we clicked on it. I think let's keep it here, just 100, okay? And then we wanted to click on the multiply symbol. Where is that multiply symbol? I'm just clicking on that indicate app icon. And then I'm making use of these icons which are there, the buttons which are there on calculator. And we are clicking on the respective ones. So I'm clicking on the other value. What I wanted to do, maybe let's put 100 into 9. Confirm. Similarly, how it's identifying the desktop application, it will identify something on web application as well. But you should install the tool, which is already there in UiPath tool itself. Under tools, if I show you the UiPath tool, where is the UiPath tool? This is the tool. If you go to home on the left hand side corner, if you go to tools, there is a tool, the extension tool for every browser. If you have any issues, just Google up the error and resolve the error, but it will take some 30 to 40 minutes. I don't want to waste anyone's time, so that's why I moved to another use case on desktop application, which is calculator. So we have 9 here, and then we wanted to see the results, right? Let's see the results. So how do you see the results? We have to click on equal to symbol. So let's click on equals to. So I'll indicate equals to also. And now confirm. So what we have to see here? We have to see 100 into 900, right? All right, let's look at that then. So let me execute this automation. So I will not do anything, guys. I'll just click on run. And the bot will do everything for us. If you see on taskbar, there is a green color button came into pop. So it's clicking on 100, it clicked on into and 9, and then 0 equals to. You saw that, right? Bot is done with the job. You see the result here. So let me close the application. Even if you close it, it will open the application. Just look at it. So if you look at the screen, it already opened the calculator. It clicked on 100 and it will clicked on cross mark and 9 and 900. You see that, right? It's done. And it also closed the calculator because it's like cleaning everything before it's done with the job. If you want to see the output, you can see that as well. There is a message box like you get it from any other programming language. There is one. You can capture this value. How do you capture the value which is there in the calculator? So let's open the calculator again. Let's open the calculator. Let's type that. Let's type that 9 into 100. We are trying to capture the result on the result screen, this 900. How do you capture it? There is an activity again. There is an activity called get text. There is an activity get text. Indicate the screen again. So I'll indicate this screen. I wanted this value. I indicated. Confirm this. You're done. You got the text. And where do you want to save it? Let's save it to some clipboard. And let's display the same from clipboard. So use this plus sign on the message box. Paste it from clipboard. And let's close the app, guys. Let's run it. Let's see the bot in action. If you see the bot is still not yet active and you see that bot is active, it opened calculator, it clicked on 100 into 9 and we got results and we got a message box now with 900. You can still modify the results. How? To make it more convenient to the user, what I do is I'll just say results are here. Results are here. Let's save it, guys. And we have nothing. As you see, nothing on screen. Okay. Let me run the application now. The application or the software, the robot which we created. You can call it as anything. And it will open the calculator. It will do that task. It opened the calculator. It clicked on the buttons which we indicated 100. Clicked on cross the multiplication symbol and 900. The results are here. Is everything clear, guys? That's about bot in action, guys. So you can do anything and everything with this Studio. Studio X is the best tool to get started. If you have a complex process to automate, get to Studio, UiPath Studio. There is one more tool and that needs a lot of, I think you need a basic programming knowledge so that you can build bots in a better way. That's about bot in action, guys. Let me go back to the presentation. So what I will do is I'll just talk about something about entrepreneurship, as the topic is all about entrepreneurship. So this is about the technology, guys, which you can easily learn because the things are available. You just have to put your efforts. That's all. So I'm presenting my screen. Let me know if you can see the screen. So hope you can see my screen. Please confirm me once you see the screen. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the bot in action is all about that. I was actually wanted to show you that automation, but whether it is desktop or web application, you can automate anything and everything. And regarding entrepreneurship, what I wanted to talk about is a real example. I don't want to talk something that you can do this, you can do that. No, I don't want to say that. You can do anything which you think about, which you aim for. So I want to talk about an example. There is a person, Anders Jensen. He was an employee. He recently quit, I think a month or 2 months ago. He quit and he started his own company. Why he did that? Because he already found potential. Not only he, there are multiple other people. I can take multiple other examples. There is a lot of potential in this technology because industry needs it. They might take you as maybe a contract to this firm. I mean, maybe they look at you as a startup company. They take some contract and they make you to do it. If you are able to do a successful automations for them, they will definitely consider you as a partner for their contract for maybe 1 to 3 years. And if your delivery is good, if your quality of the products is good, they'll continue. What I mean to say is there is a potential in UiPath. You can do a freelancing job. You can do you can start your own startup with UiPath. If you have a great skill on automation, you should be able to do whatever industry needs. So we have example here. Anders Jensen. Anders Jensen is actually already a entrepreneur. He already started the company. He's doing that. He's doing the content creation. He's doing automations for companies. He's also collaborating with a lot of other companies to train people and all that because there is a need of UiPath. There is a need of this technology. That's all I wanted to talk about this. Any questions? I'm here to answer. Please ask your question. Harshit, any questions?
No from my side. Like there is no question. It's all good.
All right. If it's all good, I think I'll share this PPT with you. Maybe it
Yes.
might be helpful for the basic the initial steps towards this technology. Later on, if any need anything, you can always reach out to me through LinkedIn. You all know the LinkedIn ID and all that, so you can search for myself and you'll get it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. Then I'll take a leave. I wish everyone all the best. Do well in the academy. Do well with your the final year and third year for second year people, and definitely you'll be placed in one good company, and we all will be working. Maybe our paths will cross one fine day. Let's look for the better day, and all the best for your own respective goals. Maybe you'll have some other goals as well other than working in IT industry. But yeah, all the best for your future, and always do well. All right then. Thank you everybody. Thank you Harshit for this opportunity, and I really feel it's my pleasure to present all this to all our people. It's really uh, it's really good. I feel good because I got a lot of I got a lot of uh, interactive participants. That is really awesome.
Thank you so
I
much
feel
for
thank you so
attending.
much. Thank you so much. Cost of certificates, guys. Certificate cost. It's actually some $200 or $150. It comes around 15,000. So you think about certificate maybe once you get through the material, get through the course, try to do it by yourself, make your hands dirty, then understand things, then go with certificate. So no worries about certifications. It's all good. And thanks for wishing me for the wedding. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here really to address all the crowd because by looking at 99 number, I think it's really great. I see some clap symbols and all that. Thanks for the appreciation, guys. I'm really happy to be here. Have your dinner. I think it's dinner time. I'll not delay anymore. So it's all great to be here. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Harshit. And thank you so much, everybody. Take care and all the best. I'll leave from now.
Yes. I thank everybody who has joined for this webinar and wait for the activities from RPA in the future. Thank you.